What's happening, folks? Welcome to the YouTube channel of Ipaintcreatures. I'm also known as IPC. And in this video, I'm showing you an incredible illustration I did for a commission. And someone who is a gamer and really enjoys identifying with the magic of the owls. And he had kind of a mythical story behind this one because it was a cybernetic owl. So it has a story of interacting with the machine. And that brings me to the quote I wanted to talk about today. And it's coming to you again from the mighty Matsuo Basho, who was the creator of haiku, the one who coined the phrase haiku and made it that short little poem. And in this quote he says, "No matter where your interest lies, you will not be able to accomplish anything unless you bring your deepest devotion to it." And so in my life, the way I bring my deepest devotion is first get my mindset correct. Where I'm basically, kind of catch those thoughts that seem to enter our minds, that were implanted, when our subconscious was really growing as a little kid. And I love doing a series of poems that always uses that song and back in the day when I was a kid, but I'm not a kid anymore. And then it just gives a great setup for going a little deeper into, realizing that basically your interests come from, kind of your purpose and your divine purpose of being here and being alive and living in the mystery and finding your true self. And you can keep really devoted to that if it comes from that space of, love over fear, love of yourself and love of the process and embracing the uncertainty and the mystery of life and seeing it as more an adventure more than, something that, can hinder where you're going and, kind of use it as an excuse to not, open yourself up and expand yourself more. And my grandmother used to do a poem that roughly translated from old Japanese. There was a great phrase that talked about the water wheel doesn't turn unless the water is flowing. And I think it's real interesting. I think this shirt is backwards in the video camera, but this is a local artist in the town I live in, and he made this album called Deep Waters. Oh, I guess it reads right. Deep Waters. So it's interesting that I'm wearing this shirt today, and I'm talking about how the water wheel doesn't turn unless the river is flowing, which has a lot to do with your devotion. And I think why you find devotion things, because it's something that was deep inside yourself, that you're already kind of committed to. And it's real interesting that this owl, he has it like one of those magical books, right? And I'm painting it with gold paint, and it says the Book of Law. And like in one of the last videos I talked about, I love the metaphor in my poetry a lot about being an outlaw or a rambler, and how outlaw just means living outside of, kind of the man-made common laws and almost going to a higher law. And I think the higher law is doing anything that opens yourself up, so your purpose comes forward, and then everything is clear, it's easy, and it's always successful, and it has like the perfect balance of what you bring forth, and then it allows you to not force things and just flow naturally in who you be and move poetically, basically interacting with some new friends. And I always hear that term, and I believe, it's a major difference to be a poet versus a creator, writer, or performer. But most of all, you want to just make sure you're at peace and enough self-love so your interest, comes with devotion, and then it will just flow and get done, and there'll be no stress. So thank you for watching the video today, and I'll see you real soon.